Folks, it's Tony from the tech firm. We're going to do something a little different. I've got this IP camera. Everybody sees these things everywhere. You see basically reviews where people claim that it's talking to other countries, it's doing all this weird stuff. We're going to find out if that's true or not. We're also I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to baseline these cameras or any IoT device. I'll use things like a tap. Is that right side up? No, that's right side up. Anyways, we use a tap. We use spam ports, we use a hub, we use some software on my computer. We'll do all sorts of things to analyze what this guy's doing. Most of it in Wiresharks. For the packet guys out there, you're going to probably find this interesting. And I'll break this up over a whole bunch of different videos over time. And that way you can pick whatever you're interested in. Enjoy, folks.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is hook up the Ethernet cable from the camera all the way over to my laptop. And then what I'm going to do with the laptop is basically start Wireshark. Alright, so it's running. Come back over here. And then basically I'm going to plug in the power cable into the unit. Can I do this with one hand, folks? Let's see. Oh, the dexterity is awesome. Oh no, I think I got it. There we go. Plug them in. There you go. And then we'll watch the trace. Now this is not going to get to the internet. That's not the point of this. I just want to see when it boots up. I can hear it clicking. I want to find out, is it looking for DHCP? Does it have a static IP? Does it look sending out any packets? That kind of stuff. And we'll go to Wireshark right now and see what happens.
Alright, so here's the trace file we got from this thing booting up. The main question is, how long do you let this thing run? Well, considering it's not going on the internet, considering I just powered on for the first time, you don't have to let it stay on for that long. 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Like, that should be pretty well enough for most devices. You can let this thing run for as long as you like, but that's my rule of thumb. The other thing is, you're going to see two MAC addresses in this trace file, or two, I'm going to say, main MAC addresses, the cameras and my laptop. You'll see some broadcast, multicast, that kind of stuff, but we're not concerned with that. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of some of the noise. Again, I'm going to do this because I've got a lot of positive feedback. People enjoy watching me set up my Wireshark and explain why I do certain things. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of this MAC address, this Dell. That's me. What's the easiest way to do that? Well, I'm going to show you in a moment. But first things first, clean up your screen. We have 3 panes. We don't need 3 panes, right? Some people may even have the colors on. Turn the colors off. We don't need that right now. View, packet details, gone. View, packet bytes, gone. So now I have just the packet list, right? Packet list, that's what this is. Now we're going to remove the MAC address, and there's a lot of ways to do this. The easiest way, statistics, endpoints, that's going to give you like a list, a shopping list of everything it saw, and you'll see a lot of MAC addresses, right? Little tip, just go to name resolution, click, and you'll see multicast, V4, V6, Dell, and then this. I'm going to try to pronounce it. I'm sure I'm going to butcher it. Shenzhen. I'm sure I got that wrong, but you know what I mean. So this thing, I want this guy. Now, what I don't want to do is just filter on that MAC address, because I may inadvertently get rid of packets that I want to see. So instead, I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to remove my MAC address. Right click, apply as filter, not selected, close. And you'll see up here, you'll see the syntax for not. Okay, it's just the exclamation mark on the display filter. And this is what I see. So everything that I see now is not me, the Dell. If you want to double check things, you can always go back to packet details. First packet, yep, that's not me, that's not Dell, that's not Dell, that's not Dell, right? So yes, so the filter was fine. View, packet details, get rid of it. So now you can start to analyze what it's doing. Well, obviously it's got IPv6 enabled. That'd be interesting when we have it up and running to see if IPv6 is configurable. Can you disable it if you don't want it, and that kind of stuff. Same with IPv4. Can you get rid of it, and that kind of stuff. You'll see here that we see some UDP packets coming out of it, and it's got this IP address, which is interesting because, again, I did not put it on a real network. There is no DHCP server, so this must be its default IP, which we'll validate in just a bit. If you want to double, triple check everything, you can always go back to packet details. There it is. Yeah, that's him, all right. and it's 192.168.1.131. In the next step, we'll try to interrogate it and try to web into it and all that kind of stuff. But for now, we're just making a note. And it says 18 bytes all the way down, right? And you can see that the time, the interval, because I have delta time set up, 20 milliseconds, 20, 19, 19, 20, 20. So every 20 milliseconds sends out this packet arrangement, I'll call it right now. If you want to see what's in it, you can always just try to go to packet bytes. Oh, look what it says. Hello, I'm online. Exclamation mark. Does it say the same thing for all of them? Yeah, look at that. So it's basically literally it's announcing itself. Some tools will send out a similar packet, but with its MAC address and software version and IP address and that kind of stuff. But in this case, it just seems to be saying that it's online. Oh, there's another one right there. Yeah. So it sends out a bunch of these UDP packets saying it's online. It's a broadcast, which is good to know. So I guess if it had some sort of central management software, which I'm assuming it might, seeing this, it would pop up with its IP address. Next thing we see is DHCP. Obviously, it's going to go off and try to find a DHCP server. It does not exist. So we're going to see DHCP fail right now. DHCP is 4 basic packets: DORA, DORA, discover, offer, request, acknowledge. And there's our discover packet looking for the server. It's a broadcast. I don't have an IP, so it's all 0, right? We can also see IPv6 trying to figure things out as well, right? So it's doing its dance. Oh, there's our 18-byte packet again. So once you see something, it becomes fairly evident. This is, I'm sure, more of those online. Yeah, hello, I'm online packets, which is interesting. And that's it. So it's pretty uneventful, which is good. It hasn't gotten on the internet, so I'm sure once it does, it'll do all sorts of crazy stuff. And the next thing we're going to try to do is web into it or try to access the camera locally.